Alright, Schlockmeister fans. Another Joe D'Amato classic here, if you can call it that. It's called Porno Holocaust. Let's check it out. The back of the box says that this movie has an English soundtrack. It lies. We have English subtitles, that's it. Anyway, we got a bunch of people who are going on a boat. That's Mark Shannon in the middle there in the car. Anyway, Mark Shannon plays Captain O'Day. Here he meets Annie. Annie and a few others are going to come on this boat. They're scientists, and they're going to study this island that they are going to plan to go to. And our good captain there kind of likes Annie for sure. This is a reporter named Benoit. Captain doesn't like him. He thinks something's going on that island. And you know, damn it, he's right. We've got a dead guy. Allegedly came from that island. They don't know what killed him, but it must be some sort of monster. Anyway, something's going on this island where creatures are growing to enormous size. Apparently there was some nuclear testing years ago. This is Simone. And she's horny for this lady. I can't show you everything they do, but they do it all. Anyway, like I said, the captain was kind of taken with Annie, so they go out on a date. Anyway, after the Contessa has sex with Simone, she goes to basically a whorehouse for women, where she pays to have sex with two black guys. I can't show you a thing from that scene. Anyway, they all reach the island. Captain and Annie decide to hang out on the beach a little bit, where Annie takes all of her clothes off and goes skinny dipping. Well, I take it back. Annie and the captain weren't on the island yet. They were just on a local beach. This is our group that's going to the island. That's actor George Eastman on the left. Anyway, now they've finally gotten to the island, and it appears as if someone is watching them. Turns out that the radiation levels on the island are pretty low. Simone and the Contessa again on the beach. Guess what they're going to do? But there are some giant crabs on the island. That was supposed to be a really small one, but it's grown to enormous size. And he takes the captain for a walk on the beach. She's horny again. Again, they do it all right there on that big log. But while he gives her that big log of his on that big log, someone's watching them. Anyway, this guy was just having sex with the Contessa, and finally, 74 minutes into this film, we get our first attack. 3 minutes later, we get attack number 2. And number 3. Things are happening now. Our creature killed and attacked the Contessa. And what about Annie? Nope, it's gonna knock her out and kidnap her. Annie is taken back to this cave or some sort of lair where the creature lives. And she finds an old notebook from 1958.
Se mai qualcuno troverà questo scritto, mi chiamo Antoine Tamaturo. Non ho fatto in tempo a fuggire dall'isola prima dello scoppio della bomba. Con mia moglie.
I guess he's a victim of radiation. He went to live with his wife and child in these caves, and that must be the wife and child there. Apparently their boat is gone now, too. Apparently our creature is kind of taken with Annie. He isn't killing her. In fact, he's feeding her. In spite of everybody getting killed, the Contessa is still horny.
Venga, caro, che la faccio.
No, grazie. Yeah, right. Anyway, shortly after the captain and the Contessa screw on the shore, they find this guy. It's Benoit, the reporter. And now they have a boat, because he had a little rowboat. George Eastman didn't have a big part in this film. Now his part's coming to an end. Anyway, I couldn't show you the creature attacking and raping and killing the Contessa, but that's what happened, and he just discovered the body. Before Benoit died, he told him that Annie was captured. It doesn't look like a cave to me, though, but anyway, Captain rescues her. And our creature shows up. Thankfully, the captain is armed with a harpoon. But he's still got a little strength in him. And that seemed to have an effect. And as Annie and the captain escape, our creature apparently dies. And they escape in Benoit's boat. I can't show you what they do next, but believe it or not, they have to have sex on this little boat. They say they're out in the ocean somewhere in the shipping lanes, and they're going to be rescued. Although it's clear that they're probably only several yards from shore. But that's our film. Okay, let's talk about Porno Holocaust. This is kind of the companion piece to Erotic Nights of the Living Dead, which I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. Code Red was good enough to put these 2 Blu-rays out very recently. Cleaned them up and they look great. However, the films aren't that great, right? This one, okay, we have a bunch of people who are going to an island. Apparently on this island there was some nuclear testing that was done years ago that may have radiated the place. There's supposedly nobody living there. Everybody's gone. But anyway, they come to this island. They have sex, several of them. There's like 6 people there. They have sex, and then they're just exploring the island. And then they start getting attacked by this creature. He's like half man, half monster. He's a black guy, and looks like a zombie type thing. But I think he's just a man who was subject of radiation. He was living there with his wife and his child, and they went to live in a cave, and because he left a notebook behind that one of them finds later on, and she reads it. And then we see 2 skulls later on, which are allegedly his wife and child. Meanwhile, he's all disfigured. He's got all kinds of problems with his skin, this and that. And he's going around killing them one by one. One I couldn't show you was when he killed Simone. He knocked her out. I'm guessing she was killed. I'm not sure if she was dead there or not. But then he raped her. And his dick is like really weird and misshapen. At one point, he actually forced his dick into this mouth of this woman. It looked like she was sucking a potato. I don't know if that was real or not, but the sex he was having with Simone was definitely real. Anyway, at the end of the movie, they shoot him with a harpoon and he dies, and there's two people left, Mark Shannon, the actor, and the woman who plays Annie. They get off into a boat, and then they're out in the shipping lanes, and apparently they get rescued by this great big ocean liner. End of story, right? Okay, movie, wow. There is hardcore pornography in this, obviously. Mark Shannon is the lead actor. He was in Rock Nights Living Dead. Both of these movies had the same cast. They were filmed in the same place. The only difference is this one does not have Laura Gemser in it. Other than that, they were pretty much the same movie. A few gore scenes which actually weren't bad. The sex scenes, I guess they are what they are, right? There was girl on girl, boy on girl. Mark Shannon, he has genital warts, and you can see them in both movies, and it's not very pleasant to look at, but yeah, whatever, right? Anyway, there's an interview with Mark Shannon on here. Part 1 is on this disc, Part 2 is on Rock Nights Living Dead, so you got to get both of them to see the full interview, and I've watched parts of the interviews, and they're pretty funny, actually. He's a pretty entertaining guy. Looks like he's probably about in his late 60s, maybe 70s now, and he's just very blunt about talking about his porn past, so it's kind of good. But anyway, the movie itself, it's not that great, but what are you going to do, right? So anyway, it's called Porno Holocaust. It's kind of a lost, forgotten film for many years, kind of sought after now. It's readily available. However, Code Red, like a lot of Code Red movies, they go out of print fast and they're sought after. If you want this one, it's going to cost you about $45 or so. So anyway, is it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. Leave some comments down below if you've seen it and let me know. Let's talk about it. It's called Porno Holocaust. Joe D'Amato. Watch it. Bye.